Good evening, everybody. I'm Karthik, President of Ad Club Madras. A warm welcome to another Gyan series team meeting. Our team meetings are supported by the Hindu. This time, we have a well-known high achiever as our speaker, Mr. C.K. Ranganathan, Chairman and Managing Director of Kevin Care. We are so glad that he has chosen to be with us today and honor us. May I request Mr. Sheshadri and Mr. R.V. Rajan to present a bouquet to Mr. Ranganathan on our behalf. May I call on Vijay to introduce our speaker. Vijay, please.
Good evening, everybody. It's my honor to introduce Mr. C.K. Ranganathan. Mr. C.K. Ranganathan, Chairman and Managing Director of Kevin Care Private Limited. He was born in Kadalur to parents with a primary interest in education. He took up his bachelor's in chemistry, and after a short stint in the family business, he set up Chick India. The company began its journey as Chick India and was renamed Kevin Care Private Limited in 1998 with a starting investment of 15,000 rupees. The company manufactures and markets many products under the brands Chick, Spins, Farever, Meera, Nile, Raga Professional, Kartika, Indica, Ruchi, Chinese, Ma, and Kavins, both in the domestic as well as in the international markets. The company has pioneered the concept of family salons in India with its specialist brands Limelight and Green Trends, and hence started Trends in Vogue Private Limited, a group company which has a clear-cut focus providing personal styling and beauty solutions to everyone in the family. Mr. Ranganathan was the chairman of CII, Tamil Nadu State Council, for the year 2009-2010. He was also the past president of the Madras Management Association. He is one of the founder members of Ability Foundation, an NGO working towards the rehabilitation of the disabled. He instituted the Kevin Care Ability Awards to celebrate annually the exemplary spirit of a rare breed of individuals who have risen above their physical limitations to display that attitude is everything. He also instituted the annual Chinni Krishnan Innovation Awards to encourage small entrepreneurs in memory of his father, Sri R. Chinni Krishnan, the gentleman who pioneered the sachet revolution. Mr. Ranganathan was conferred the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award by Economic Times in the year 2004. He was also conferred the award of CEO with the best HR orientation by Employer Branding Institute, which recognizes Asia's best employer brands in Singapore. Over to Mr. C.K. Ranganathan.
Thank you, Mr. Vijay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a great pleasure to be with you all. The very own soil, Madras, is known for creating all of our brands. I must say I'm very happy and proud that Kevin Care is what it is today because of the ad professionals of Chennai. Thank you very much. Well, thank you, Mr. Karthik, for inviting me and giving me this opportunity. I would like to share with you, because this presentation many of you would have heard or kind of this thing, but still I thought I would like to present it slightly in a different way. In life, the altitude is defined by one's attitude. It is all well known, a very well known proverb. Your attitude defines your altitude. Same way, I think it's very important, besides attitude, the choices we make in life is very important as we go by. I would like to share as the journey of mine, some of the choices I made, and along with the team members of Kavinkar, and how it has taken us step by step up to what we are today. I think that would be somewhat interesting to know. My father is the one who innovated the sachet. He was a maths teacher, and he was always telling that he wants to do something at that time, and said suddenly one day he quit his job. So then started a small scale industry, repacking pharmaceutical item. But one thing was very clear for him is that whatever he wanted to do differently. I don't want to do the same path like anybody. So the easiest, without any much of an investment, one can start is repacking, buying various drugs in bulk and pack it, drugs or OTC products and so on, repacking it. So normally what happens is the packaging in those days, it used to be available in a 100-gram pack. And what he did is, why somebody should buy a 100-gram pack, why can't I give a single sachet, even in repacking? That's how he started doing things differently. So there are sulfonamide, boric acid, like that and all. He used to pack in 5-gram sachets, in polythene sachets, and used to pack and go and retail it in retail outlets. The idea behind that, when we asked him as to why he is doing like that, he said, sometimes you buy so much, you waste. So people have less money. It is better to give a small dosage. Whatever much they require use, they can use it every time, and number of times they can buy. That was his argument. So true to his vision, he always came with such kind of one-time dispensable units. So later, as he was struggling initially, and so he came out with the idea of shampoo. And it was very interesting. As a kid, I was watching how he did the sachet machine. Now, why I want to tell you that is, again, it is not the money, it is the idea, it is a perseverance, one who believes that it is possible. He had a friend who used to have a workshop, and both are very close. He bought a machine which the folders, the PVC folders like what we have now, that we used to seal with a machine, PVC welders it is called. So he bought a machine of that. Then he also bought the hose pipes which used to water plants, the transparent hose pipes. So such kind of thing. He sealed one end. It was difficult. He modified the machine with the help of his friend, because that machine was made to seal only this kind of very thin film folders. So he did that with a kind of very rigid one. He changed all the kind of systems, and he sealed one end, filled it with water, and started sealing intermittently. Every seal, it is one sachet. So that's how he came out with that kind of thing. When it was, once the sachet is made, it was the tube hose pipe, it is very rigid, very tough, very rigid. You can't even cut and open it using a scissor. It's very difficult. So then he went on to do it with the PVC tubings, flexible tubings, which you used to link apparatus in the laboratory. In the labs, you know, one this thing to link. There's a transparent tubes are used, which is very flexible. He bought them, went to 98 Icon Street, bought them, and easy to seal, same kind of this thing, and sealed with, filled it with shampoo, oil, honey, and started sealing intermittently. The first sachet was born. So the machine was, in those days, it was costing about 20,000 rupees and so on. But later, after his demise, my brothers who came in, after about almost 10 years later, they made it so simple that they developed they bought a machine which is just 3,000 rupees. The same sachet can be made in 3,000 rupees. So that's a very interesting thing, and that's how sachet was born. So what I would like to state is that if you start thinking differently, a commitment that I don't want to do a Me Too product, or don't want to tread the same walk path road less traveled I would like to choose. And that's important. That's what my father has taught us, and that has helped us in a way. But I must say, having known that, that's how we have done it, every time we don't do the same thing. Quite a lot of times, it is what you read. We all know that. But when you practically wanted, when we are going about doing it, we continue to do me too kind of these things. All these things are a reality of life. But quite often somebody has to tell us, some reality has to bite us, to say that we need to do something different. And that's how I think we are not an exception. We have done such kind of mistakes, we have done me toos, and then changed track. I would like to say I did my BSc chemistry. When I was in the second year, my father died of heart attack. All my brothers also were just finished. My elder brother did his medicine, he finished. My immediate elder brother was in law, he finished law. So they were not, all family is not yet settled, just finished kind of this thing. None of us knew the intricacies of business, and we wanted to close down the family business. After his demise, nobody knew how to run the business because nobody was experienced in that. And my father took a loan of 2 lakhs from State Bank of India. When we approached the bankers and said that we wanted to close down, bankers said, fine, no problem, but pay up the dues. Otherwise, we have to auction your property and take the dues. Family didn't have money to settle the bank, so my brothers decided to run the business and close down the dues. But fortunately, because they brought in so much of modification, and it completely turned the tide upside. My father didn't believe in advertisement. That was one thing. I am talking this in an ad club. And we built the brands because of advertisement. My father of a strong belief that if the product is far superior, it doesn't require to be advertised. But my brother believed opposite. He was very clear. It is not sufficient just you are very good, but you need to also tell everybody that you are very good. That's the world has changed, and you need to propagate yourself that you are very good. So he took the other path. He started advertising Velvet shampoo, and that became the first sachet shampoo and started growing leaps and bounds. So after finishing my graduation, I came into family business. But before coming into, I thought I would like to tell a small thing. And as a kid, I was the only one who studied in Tamil medium. All my siblings all did English medium. So I grew up with a lot of inferiority complex. So not able to, I was very poor academically and so on. After finishing my graduation with the same thing, because my brothers are stalwarts, they are very, very brilliant academically and so on. So when I came in, I was hesitant to come into the family business. I told my mom after 2 days of spending in the family business, that business won't suit me, let me do agriculture. She silently took me to the room and said, don't talk like this. You can. Don't ever dream of this. You can. Don't think of that. You are suitable like that and all. You go and manage. You will. No. After that, no looking back. She just gave me the confidence. It was some lack of confidence that I can't kind of this thing. What happened in the business in the 2 days first when I went into, I was given manufacturing, a lot of laborers were there, and they were all chit-chatting. And simple thing, I know that they were reading Ananda Vigadan Kumudam. As I come into the supervision, when I go into the production hall, they will hide that behind. I know that they are doing, but I don't have the guts to ask. I was just fresher from college. So I said, okay, why to unnecessarily? It's the mindset of don't want to confront someone, don't want to take them head on, even though I know kind of the thing, I would like to move away kind of this thing. That was the kind of mindset I was in. So with that thing, I think that's how I came back and explained my mom, this won't work. I think agriculture laborers are far more polished. They will tell, whatever I say, they will listen to me kind of this thing. That was a mindset. So that's how I started off. Started taking care of production and only production. After 3 or 4 months time, I think my inferiority complex completely got this thing demolished in a way that when I started doing things, when I started understanding and coming out with ideas and discussing with my own brothers, I said, okay, I'm not bad. I'm able to understand, I'm able to equally add value to business. Therefore, the own inner belief of that I am weak kind of a this thing, I'm not that much good in studies, therefore I may not perform well in business, all got demolished. That gave a lot of confidence. Then I said, okay, fine. After about 8-9 months time, the confidence is such that I can start something on my own. So I walked out of my home. I think that was a defining moment of my career. That's an important choice I made. Two, the choice before me was, we were discussing on concepts natural in business. I think each one will have a different view. In family business, it's quite normal. So I can't agree with the kind of viewpoints of my brothers. I had my own viewpoints of how business can be done and the way it is, this thing. But they have already proved success. They have a baggage of success, having done that from scratch, they have built it. I just joined in between. So quite naturally, my this thing voice will not have a say. I also knew that. So I don't want to force that kind of a thing. I took a path that let me do and try and do something on my own. The choice before me is to ask for the family property share and also business share so that I can start something on my own with a firm wicket. Business was doing well. I choose another one, or instead of hanging on choice of this thing, okay, give me share and such kind of thing, why unnecessarily disturb the family business and so on, walk away with whatever money and start on your own. So I had my own savings. We used to take 2,000 rupees salary every month from the family business. Savings of 15,000 rupees, walked away with that. So just 200 feet away from home, a small room of 250 square feet. Took a room and started that. I think that was a defining moment. The choice is again, go along with the family brothers and adjust with them and go along with them, or start your own. I took the latter. I think that was one defining choice, very important choice I took. The other thing, I was talking about doing Me Too. It is quite common. When I started first, what happened, Velvet was having 5 different variant of shampoos. And I also started same shampoos. They have a lemon shampoo, I called it lime. They have a henna, I called it henna. Like that, just playing with words, nothing else, same colored liquid, same kind of shampoos. I thought that differentiation comes. Though my father has so much of this thing, live example for us to see that how differentiation helped, but I started off as a copycat. So going to the retail outlet and said that here is a product. You take, this is a different, better product and so on. I was conversing and selling, trying to say. Retailers, few of them were gentle enough, smiled and let me go. The 5th retailer caught me and said, you are a copycat. And it's nothing, no different. Why? How can you say that it's different product compared to Velvet and all? It's the same, exactly same product. So I was not able to argue and explain. So I was just playing with words that is henna, this is henna, this is lime, it is raw lime, and that is lemon, which is ripe fruit and such kind of things. So that won't work. Actually, that's not a differentiation. So I realized that and went back to drawing board, discussed with my own team members and said, I think this is what a retailer has asked. I think it's important that we make a difference. We need to really make a difference that will be a hook for us to sell our product. There came an idea that why can't you play with perfume? How can we make the experience of the customer much better? When somebody takes a bath with chick shampoo and the whole toilet should smell, not at that time, for the next couple of hours. The next person who comes into the washing room should see that, wow, what a smell it is. So that's how we thought we have to make a differentiation. So in those days, since I was involved in manufacturing, I knew Velvet was using a perfume which was about 500 rupees a kilo. Contrary to that, because I wanted this delivery, we imported a fragrance at 3,000 rupees a kilo. So that's 6 times more costlier, which delivered that kind of a bathing experience and also after wash experience, the lingering that can give you. That helped us as a differentiator, but that wasn't sufficient. You require advertisement to push the product. consumer need to know. When we go and try to sell the product, Velvet was already a known brand. Retailer will say only 1 or 2 out of 10 retailers will buy. Balance 8 will say no, don't come, I don't want. Give me more margin. So a lot of shampoo companies were there. I was not the second one immediately after Velvet. Velvet was there. By the time I think hundreds of manufacturers have already started coming in, copycatting Velvet and available in the marketplace. So I didn't had the immediate second mover advantage kind of thing. So we have to do, but what they all did is, none of them advertised, but for Velvet, but they started playing with quality, diluting with water, lot of water, and giving extra margin to retail. When you can't, there's an option. I think it's very important thing in the marketing world, either you depend on consumer, have a hook of your product. When you create a product, have a strong hook with the consumer. As a second alternative, companies who can't spend will have a strong hook with the retailer. They will pay more money to the retailer, induce them to promote their product and push their product and try to hang on. But that will not go a long way. That is dangerous weapon. If somebody comes and offers more margin, retailers immediately dump you and start promoting the other one. Therefore, it is important for building any consumer brand, kind of thing, or any other brand for that matter. If you start depending on the intermediary, it is dangerous. That's one of the important learning. So have your hook strongly, like the umbilical cord with the mother. Your mother is for the company, the mother is consumer. If that should be strongly established. That's what we learned. So coming back to the thing, we started developing such kind of products. We went back, improved and put that kind of a differentiated product in the marketplace. Started some response, but retailer pressure. The started sales, I was selling about 50,000 rupees a month. Sales started coming down, 45,000 rupees, 40,000 rupees, 35,000 rupees. I know 30,000 rupees, if it comes, I can't even pay salary. That's the situation. Month after month, it's coming down. So the option before me is, we had an emergency meeting with the organization within the, it's a small company with the sales representatives and so on. All were advocating that let's also dilute with water liberally and give more margin to the retailer. That was the recommendation. Choice is very clear. Don't hold on to and go on in that side. So that's what we have to make to survive. I'm happy I didn't make that choice. That would have been disastrous. I don't think today I'll be talking to you had I taken that choice. I took that choice. I took a very important call of not diluting, playing with the quality. Rather, I said, why would somebody require too much of money to advertise and create a consumer pool? How can we create consumer pool within our own limited means? So that was, my quality is very good. Therefore, play on how do I create a consumer pool. There we came out with an idea that the product is good. What we require is a consistent usage experience of consumer. If a consumer uses about 4 or 5 times, they can differentiate that this product is definitely superior than some other product. Even our own mother brand Velvet. So that's how we are very confident about that. So what we did is give any 5 empty sachets of used brand and get 1 chick shampoo free. That's how we came out with an offer. Gave it to the retailers. If the retailer collects from 3 customers, they will get 1 chick shampoo free. Like that, we gave the channel also some good margins for collection and so on. My team was very apprehensive and said, if we start getting empty, any sachet we are telling, and if you start giving, everybody started giving, will quickly die. I said, otherwise, if you dilute it water, it's disastrous. Let's take this step, try one last moment of, try to play the quality game and see how it is working. So that we went and propagated and given it. We printed on the back side of sachet. What I would like to say is 2 things we used. We didn't have money to advertise. We printed on the back side of sachet that return 5 empty sachets and get 1 chick shampoo free. And we bought A4 size papers from the stationery shops. 1 bundle of 100 papers we'll buy. print a poster. Screen printed posters will print, propagating this. Go and paste it in wherever is market. Every market Trichy goes, one bundle will send. Madurai, Coimbatore, like that. We will print and create our own thing. So as and when we have money, one person will send draft, will print, next consignment it will go. So we will create our own POPs and so on. It's a 2-color POP. So good, that's sufficient to start with. Message is conveyed. It is decent. Who looks at whether it's offset printing or it's a screen printing? People don't, as long as the message is conveyed. So I think it worked. It worked slowly, it started working. A retailer tasted success because retailer thought, oh, 5 empty sachets, some fool is giving the kind of this thing, one chick shampoo free. Let's lure this opportunity. They encourage school going kids, go and take sachets anywhere from the pond side or anywhere, wherever it is. All empty sachets, you bring, I will give you some chocolates. School kids were very enthused by that. They brought so much thing. And the retailers started returning in quite a lot of this thing, hundreds of sachets of various empty sachets, and started taking chick shampoo free. My representative called. I'm standing in front of the store. This guy hasn't bought anything at all in the past. Last time when I went there, I just posted the poster and gave him the scheme and told him, this time first, before even buying, he is giving so much empty sachets. Should I take it or not? I said, we have committed to it. After about an hour's time, he said, this scheme is working very well. I think the very good thing is there's a good point about human beings. The retailers are also having taken all those things. 100 sachets when we give so much of free sachets. The retailers would have felt guilty taking everything just for free. He placed order, give me another 4 dozens of chick shampoo, I'll pay cash. Fine, very good. That made our day. Slowly from a 2 outlet out of 10 availability, in about 9 months time, we were all available at 9 out of 10 outlets because of the scheme. We started off from a A4 size sheet paper. In the 9th month, we were very aggressively on daily papers and on radio. Very well. So the dwindling sales of 35,000 rupees has touched at the end of 9th month when we discontinued at 10 lakhs rupees. So that is in one state, Tamil Nadu. So that was a complete breakthrough for us. We know that, okay, we are born. We are here to stay. That's one very important thing that has worked in our favor. The next, just a minute, I'll take you through. This is about Kevin Care. So I was talking about the attitude. So the moment I changed my attitude of being inferiority complex from that to I also can, that changed my world actually. These are some of the products what we have. So I was talking about the success of the empty sachet scheme what we did. At the 3rd or 4th month, as the sales started coming in, we quickly realized that we should not open it to all, because initially it is important to gain an entry. We changed it from, it is not any shampoo, you have to only return 5 chick shampoo used to sachets to get 1 chick shampoo free. That's good. So we have to also sometimes be smarter. So that also helped us in this journey. So after that, I think one of the important thing that we did is when the return was about 20% of what we sold started coming back empty sachets at the 10th month, we discontinued. Then what is the next step? We started believing in advertisement, started advertising in TVs, took Amla as model, Kushbu, Amla and so on, actresses in those time kind of this thing, and no looking back. Started growing. I would like to share some of my experience as building an enterprise. I talked to you about, there are 6 stakeholders in business. Customer, employees, suppliers, banks and financial institution, government, and last is the owner. The owner should be the last. The priority many times, lot of small industries don't understand. I have seen in my own journey, lot of companies, I was telling I was the 100th company in sachet. I'm not the second company to Velvet. In lot of breakaways from Velvet, people who worked have started shampoos and so on. And they are far much more brilliant than I was. I think some of the errors they did, some of the choices they made are primarily responsible of not growing. I will talk about that as I go forward. But one of the very important thing in this is, these are important stakeholders if you are very clear the order of priority. The first one is we have to give consumer. If the company is running short of cash, normally the normal practice is pay the employees later, pay the supplier later. This is how it happens. I think very important thing is you should not starve your employees because it's part of the team. They should be paid at any cost, kind of this thing. These are very powerful lessons I learned. Every time I made mistakes, I learned. So it's not that I did every time it's right. But one of the good thing that we did is, as a team, I would like to state is, we quickly corrected those mistakes. We have not consistently did the mistakes so that if we had persisted with the same mistake, I think we would have perished. So when the money is short, the last one, only when there is whatever made, settling employees, suppliers, banks, government, finally if there is something left over, the owner should take. The confusion is today, even in those days, when cash flow happens, people don't differentiate between cash flow and profits. Immediately when it comes, okay, a lot of money is coming and going, bank, somebody is giving and transaction is happening, immediately buy a car, immediately buy a house, and suddenly look at, oh, cash, I don't have money to settle my vendor, the creditors, and so on. So that I think is a very big confusion we have. The financial literacy in our society is relatively very, very poor. I think there's one book which is very good. I gave it to my son and daughters also. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I don't know how many of you have, quite a lot of you would have done it. I think it's very important. And that literacy of financial literacy, if children grow with that kind of thing, it will go a long way in terms of, be it whether they do business or survive as a professional, whatever it may be. I think that would be very essential in my view. Customers, I already talked. If you do not differentiate, you die, and how we have made a differentiation. Later, from a 10 lakhs level, we came out with floral fragrances, jasmine, rose, and so on. 10 lakhs became 25 lakhs. 25 lakhs became 2.5 crores per month sales. Started growing, no looking back. Every time we differentiated, customer applauded with buying more, and therefore our sales got going up month after month. So I will skip some of the slides because already we are 7:30. I will go to the slide of employees, some of my learnings there. You can't send a duck to Eagle School. One of the important thing is, if your company's mission is to climb a tree, which would you rather do, hire a squirrel or train a horse? Squirrel. Very good. You're all smart, but I hired a horse. So natural, I think it's quite akin to entrepreneur. Sometimes we do very common silly mistakes. There is a small story is often told. Albert Einstein, who had a cat in the laboratory, he was very fond of that. So one day it started coming with 2-3 pups. So he said, okay, the cat, he used to have a small hole in the door so that the cat can freely come and go. So after the pups, he thought, okay, for the bigger cat, I have a thing. For the small cats, I have to again put two smaller these things. Here. So even though he's a big scientist, he was quoted as doing that kind of silly mistakes. I think therefore everybody can do that. So I did the same kind of things. I think entrepreneurs do that quite often in early stages. But I have been doing it for long, 3 times, 4 times. And finally it becomes, we should not do this kind of mistakes. correct it for once for all. Very important thing, why I am highlighting that is, these mistakes, if you are very, very thorough of some of the principles of business, it is easy to do business. And that I think is fundamental. Many times, without knowingly, we start doing mistakes and don't gallop to our potential. What I did is, we started doing very well in Tamil Nadu. We wanted to grow everywhere. So Chennai, next Andhra, Karnataka, like that and all. Karnataka, we sent a Tamilian. Somehow we managed. Tamil, Bangalore, most of the people talk Tamil. Andhra also people understand. It's fine, it worked. But when it came to Delhi, here at least I sent my sales experts from sales people, I sent again here to sell. When it came to Delhi, I instead of hiring a salesperson from Delhi market, what we did is, guys don't know Hindi at all from here. I selected my accountant. He's a confident person, very confidential, very sincere, loyal person. I said, okay, he's very good. Let him also let him go and sell. So he went there. He don't know Hindi. He can talk only English and Tamil. What would be the result? Disaster. So within about 6 months' time, lot of loss, stock not going, no stockist appointment, problem. The team started this thing is all telling that a lot of people are cheating money, people are not working in the market, like this kind of things. Fundamentally, the leader has no proper communication with the team down the line. So that's the problem. So what we quickly did is, the option before us, wind up and come back, south is better. But we said no, we'll persevere. This is not, we have done a mistake, we'll change. We advertised in paper, we hired a good regional manager, who has a good exposure of North market, Hindi speaking, proven track record, what more? And within the next 4 to 6 months time, no looking back, scenario completely changed. So lesson learnt that you have to, when a kind of this thing, right man for the right job is very important to be fielded. Don't ask me whether I have not repeated. I repeated similar kind of mistake for more than 5-6 times. Instead of accountant, it will be somebody. But nowadays, no. It's after doing repeatedly, telling every time failure hits, we know that, okay, this is this fundamental thing that we have not learnt it again. If you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. So I think here again, it's not an exception. There is again one more very, very important decision we made. And here also one more person, I am mentoring a person, I am seeing a similar dilemma, and how much pain and pressure a person goes through such kind of thing. I'll elaborate what I mean. Sales started coming. I was paying my regional managers 3,500 rupees per month salary. And I hired a general manager. He was from Madura Courts. Very good, he talks very good English. Nobody talked English at that time in our organization. So we are very happy, somebody who can be projected outside, who can talk English and so on. So he was paid 5,000 rupees. Sales started growing leaps and bounds suddenly from a 35,000, 10 lakhs you are hitting within 9-10 months. Another 4-5 months you are at 25 lakhs. Then another 6-7 months you are at 2 crore sales per month. Requires a different caliber of people up to certain level people can carry. After that, the competency will spell out in the marketplace. So I was looking at, okay, I require a very strong regional manager, require managerial level. So when we went into the marketplace, we looked at, if I am to hire a good quality regional manager, the cost is 12,000 rupees we have to pay. I am paying my general manager itself, who is higher than the regional manager, at 5,000 rupees. I am happy with the general manager. So what do you think normally person will do? When you are very happy with the general manager, he is also very happy at 5,000 rupees. How to break the thing? I want quality regional manager, but I have to pay 12,000 rupees. I am not happy with one regional manager, but balance another 2 regional manager, I am happy, they are also at 3,500.
The dilemma is this: if I am to go and hire from the market, 12,000 rupees has to be paid. This is a pain. I am seeing a similar dilemma with one of the person I am mentoring. He is selling dry fish. He is salesman. He is telling very clearly, every salesman I put, I am getting 50,000 rupees profit per month. Very clear. Currently, he is paying salesman at 8,000 rupees per month. But the new salesman in the marketplace demand is 8,500 rupees to 9,000 rupees. Then only he can freely get. He is not getting salesman at 7,500 because seniors are already 8,000 rupees. He is looking at 7,500 rupees. The loss is much higher. I told him, come on, you increase your current people to 9,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees you pay. Be liberal here. But get somebody at 8,500 or 9,000. See, another 5 people you bring in, you will make 2.5 lakhs profit. By not increasing, you are losing much. But it is a pain. Everybody, I am sure how many of you would go through such kind of things when it comes to quality, when the business is started growing. That time this dilemma will come. What we did is, I increased the salary of the general manager to 15,000 rupees and hired regional manager at 12,000 rupees. All other regional manager at 3,500 also taken up to 10,000 rupees. Pain, no problem. Sometimes 300%, 200%, that kind of salary increase. When you are catching up from a smaller organization, it is important that you play that game. I am happy that I made such kind of choices. In various businesses, we have 3-4 businesses in the group. I have gone through that. If that choice is not made, you are stunted, your growth is stunted, very, very clearly. So that is a very, very important learning I made. And no looking back, we started bringing in better quality, which is relevant to managing that. I think you need to understand, everybody has a role to play. At a particular level, there will be a stagnation. You require a different perspective, different level of people to come and manage and take it through. It may happen to me also. As an organization, at a level, if I struggle, it requires a different leadership to take it to next level. So it is for any human being at a level, it may be applicable. But as an organization head, it is important that you recognize that and identify in a way that how do we use the current people who have been contributing so far and also bring in new talent so that the business doesn't suffer. Because at the end of the day, organization interest is prime most. That should be given top priority. To retain good talent, pay your employees on time and reward appropriately. Small industries don't pay employees on time. I was not an exception. Used to pay on 5th of the month, 10th of the month. That's how I started off. I have seen my father doing it like that. So why would I be any different? So one day one very good shrewd employee came to me and said, I want to resign. And said, you are doing very well, you have a good growth. I'm thinking of promoting you and so on. Why are you leaving? No, all fine. But I am not sure when I will pay my rent. I have to answer my landlord. I have to pay money for the buying various this thing for household items. I can't be telling my wife every time 5th salary I will get, I will give you like this kind of this thing. I'm going to a company where I will be given salary every month first date itself. So I feel that's better. However much it is this thing, I am safe. I want to have a safe, secured, monthly definitive salary. So I couldn't retain him. I lost the employee. But that was a lesson he taught me, that it's important if you want to build an organization, build a talent, you need to create this thing in terms of paying them on time. So we went on to borrow at 40%, 48% kind of this thing and started paying this as a priority. So that is a very important learning. After that, no looking back. Come what may, salary will be paid on the last working day of the month. This we have been practicing for the last 20 years. No looking back. So that, why I am telling, when we started as a small company, it makes a huge difference. I can only attract not from a bigger company. Somebody retired from big company may come, but who is hot in a big company will not come to a small company. So other alternative is I have to attract from another small company, but bright talents from small company has to come to me. So naturally I need to be attractive. So we played that game of paying on time. So that's the differentiation we made. Differentiating in terms of good training and development, better salary and packages. So we are hot. So constant flow of talent is important to build an organization. Pay your vendors and you get the maximum out of them. I think this is also one of the important learnings, because if you neglect your vendors, payment of your vendors, you will have to pay your own music. Lot of small companies I have seen that you stop one vendor and go deal with other. Similar advertising agency, I think it's all familiar with you. Suddenly one company will stop with you and start dealing with another company. Correct? So unless you all come as an association and say nobody should go, nobody should take this company kind of this thing, that is a disaster. So it is very important that vendors are the one through whom we get credit and through whom we are doing business and growing. That credibility need to be sustained. If we start playing with that, no amount of however brilliant your strategy is, we can't grow. Banks and financial institutions. Less is almost always more. I think anything in excess is less utilized in the world. Very important thing, including money. If money is freely available, many people will think money is there, I would do great things. I beg to differ, because it is not the money, it is ideas. If you have powerful ideas, you need to have ideas to bring in money also. It is not the money problem, it is ideas problem. Also, it's important, when you have anything scarcity is there, you come out with brilliant innovations. You overcome that. And that's what exactly has happened to us. When we started off as a small company, we have to go and approach distributors for selling the product. Bigger distributors, bigger companies like ITC, Britannia and all, when we approach, they said, okay, we're fine, we are ready to take you. Give us about 30 days or 45 days credit. I give one company, one distributor credit of 45 days. I don't have working capital. My whatever is locked. How I used to rotate is, I will buy material from Govindapanayakan Street, go back to bus to Kadalur, convert the material into shampoo, sell it to a distributor who will give me cash, immediately take the cash, again go back and buy, convert the material and sell. This is how we have been doing. So how can I give credit? So question of giving credit is not there. So we have to come out with innovative solution that we need to sell on cash. Brand is not known. How can you sell on cash? Have you heard anybody without brand is not at all known, Me Too product selling on cash? We have done that. That's a very, very important thing. Because when we developed the whole thing, when we went to this thing, nobody was ready to do. But one representative was smart enough. He gave an idea. Said, why should we go to any established distributor? He is only asking credit. I will go and appoint somebody who is interested in coming to business, so that he is not aware of the intricacies. He will give cash. So that's important. But our responsibility is to make them succeed. That is how we can succeed. It is not to make them fail. So we did the right thing. We made them succeed in terms of, we collected the cash. We hired the cycle store owners are a good prey, we find them, because for them to convert from a bicycle hiring to distribution of FMCG was far more lucrative. They are ready to pay 2,000 rupees demand draft to us. We took the demand draft, sent the goods to him. My representative will go work, sell the stocks in each and every outlet. Wherever he finding it difficult to collect money, work along with that retailer and collect the money and give it back, so that he will give me next draft. Same distributor, after 2,000 rupees stocks already sold out, next draft he will give another 2,000 rupees. Collection of money, he will be happy, we will help him sell. So easier. So go and find out new people for the business, but make them succeed. That's the principle we learned. That worked well for us, and that's one way I think we overcome money deficiency. Other angle of money is, there are two kind of money. One is at the marketplace, I should not give credit. Also in the production place, we require material buying. I can't be going to Govindapanayakan Street, going every time and buying back. We require some more ways of production in this thing. I went on to convince a friend of mine to invest in manufacturing of a small scale industry and convert shampoo for us. He said no. I don't want to, because you are not known, why should I take risk, and so on. Fortunately, one person has agreed, ready to take risk. What is our promise is, invest 40,000 rupees, within 4 months time you will get 40,000 back as profit plus your capital. 100% return in 4 months, attractive return. So one person ready to took risk, he took risk, we honored the promise, converted and gave back the money, he is very happy. He told other people, more people started putting in. So a lot of companies started putting and ready to manufacture under our brand. One time 150 factories were doing manufacturing. So they will produce with their money, give it to us, we will buy under our brand name, we'll sell it on cash, buy it on credit, rotate other people money responsibly. That's what we did. So nobody has money problem, it's ideas problem. Dr. Robert Schuller's quote, very popular, and I believe it is true, and it is timeless. Other thing is taxes. I think this is also a good thing. Fine is a tax for doing wrong, tax is a fine for doing fine. I think one thing that we did right here, I must thank my auditors for this. First month, I think any other small business, suddenly accountant is there, all those things, went to my auditor, business is started coming, picking up well, and you have to audit and guide me. Said fine. He also told me one thing, Ranganathan, pay tax. I was thinking and coming, I said okay, definitely we'll pay tax. Because normally I was under the impression auditors will tell how to avoid tax. Why this my auditor is telling that pay tax. So I said, but I committed, I came off with the kind of dilemma, but it was good that he guided me that way. What happened? He computed first year, he told that you have to pay 8 lakhs tax, income tax. Fine, said fine, 8 lakhs we paid. We did the first year, we did a turnover of about 2.5 lakhs. So the following year we paid 16 lakhs tax. So this is how it was kind of, this thing started going up. But we never had any bank loan. I approached bankers, they immediately asked very promptly, can you give me collateral? What is a guarantee you can give me? Collateral is this thing. I didn't have anything, I walked out of home with nothing. I had no money to pay. So I said, I have nothing. One bank manager took risk. He said, okay, I'll give you 25,000 rupees as demand draft. We are very happy, started using that and started rotating. And after that he said, okay, give me your balance sheet. He looked at our balance sheet and he was surprised. He said, you are paying income tax. I said, yes, we are paying income tax. Our auditor told we paid. So he said, okay, fine, I will give you more loan. He sent his proposal to head office, regional office, stating that this company is small scale, but they are paying income tax. They don't have collateral to offer, but we can still extend because their income tax paying small company is rare. Very good. So we got 25,000 extended to 1 lakh. 1 lakh went on to 4 lakhs, 10 lakhs, 50 lakhs, crores, and no looking back. That's how we started building it one after the other. Because for several years, income tax challan was our security to the bank. Bankers also shrewd. Don't think they are given as cash credit and all. They did a very smart thing, but that is sufficient for us. They'll say that we will buy the you get the raw materials, we'll fund for raw material buying, but we will keep the raw material under our lock and key. Whenever you give money, we'll give the raw material to you. So that's fine for us. Some readily available for production, quickly we kind of this thing. We started growing that way. It was helping us. So I was talking about a lot of people who started along with me, why they have not grown. So I think one of the important reasons is sales tax used to be in cosmetics and personal care products. It is 20% those days. Nowadays it is about 14%. 20% sales tax, 100% excise duty. Excise duty we circumvent by getting it done from small units. But sales tax is a big element. None of the small companies paid sales tax. But we paid sales tax very sincerely. Our distributors will come and say, I am not at all accounting. Why you are paying so much tax? You give me 2%, you take 18%. That's the incentive. You will say, no, we said we will not do that. We will pay full tax. We will never do number 2. That was our this thing, and we stuck to that. What happened? Other small industries who are so much intelligent and capable, they started avoiding sales tax, evading sales tax. As a result, what happened? When they paid, when they billed the stockist, they will take back the bill and tear it off and give it. This is rotation. If you don't account your money, what kind of this thing organization you will be building? They normally what they did is they are very, very clear that whenever they have this thing, the money is all, majority of the money is black. So they don't have money to advertise. First block. Without advertisement, you can't build brands. So that itself is a big hook. They will always be worried. So much advertise, income tax people will come, sales tax people will come, unnecessary problem. Out. Second thing, biggest problem is, when somebody is doing more number 2, they will be worried about what kind of a people they will have. Will they have a very talented person who will improve business and so on? They will have a very loyal person who will be not very brilliant. They have to just say, சொன்னதை செஞ்சால் போதும், அதுக்கு மேலே வாயை தரக்கூடாது. எங்கேயா போனால் சேல்ஸ் டேக்ஸு நம்ம டேக்ஸ் ஆஃபீஸர் நம்மளை போட்டு விட்ருவாங்க, வெளியில் போனால் அக்கௌண்ட்டை என்னை மாட்டி விட்ருவான். இது பயம் நிறைய இருக்குது. நிறைய பிஸ்னஸ் மேன் ஆர் அஃப்ரைட் and they will say they will have very, very சாதாரணமான பர்சன் வச்சுக்குவாங்க. They will not hire talent. They will not hire good talent. So when loyalty takes a precedence over competence, the business will never grow. That happens to majority of the small businesses. So they fail to hire talent. They fail to hire. Business is built on talent and capability, not on just money. So that I think is one of the strong reasons why small business continue to remain small. So be within the legal framework and avoid taxes if you can, not evade taxes. We get inspired from bumblebee. It has tiny wings and heavy body. Aerodynamically, it shouldn't be able to fly, but it doesn't know that, so it flies. So quite a lot of people used to ask me time and again, you are a very small company, how can you fight levers and PNG and so on? So it's difficult. They have deep packets. I think it is like the bumblebee. So it's the attitude defines. So a competitive attitude defies limitation and exceeds expectation. And that's what I think as a team we did. To sum up, whatever you vividly imagine, ardently desire, sincerely believe and enthusiastically act upon must inevitably come to pass. And exactly that's what happened in my case. I think we persevered, we sincerely believed, we developed our own vision for the company and persevered with that. I think results is that what you are all seeing. Finally, I think it's the choices. In life, I would like to sum up that in life, the kind of choices we make, every time we are presented with choices. If you make the right choices at the time, you step up and up and up, you go up. So it's not the money. Many times we confuse ourselves, the money that is responsible for our growth. If I have money, I will grow. Definitely not. It is the choices that makes us to go up and up. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the lovely presentation, Mr. C.K. Ranganathan. It was truly inspiring. I'm sure all of us enjoyed it. Coming from a business family background, I can definitely connect with it. And one very big lesson we have to take is principles stand for a long time. That's something that we are not seeing these days, and I have always believed in it. So we have a living example of principle wins. I think we have time for a couple of questions. Are there any questions from the audience? Okay. So, please. Mike.
It was interesting to listen to you. You have been very frank in admitting the mistakes and also telling us what was the reason for your growth. Did you also take the acquiring route, like the Ruchi pickle, I presume you acquired. Likewise, a few products which was somebody else's you have acquired, and they are also being done well. The acquiring route, is that also one success, one reason for success?
I think as you gain momentum, as you gain muscle, you can start doing it. It is a combination of the growth can come both by organic growth as well as inorganic growth. Acquisition is an inorganic growth. But for acquiring, you need to have some basic muscle capability so that people, bankers are able to lend you balance based on your balance sheet credibility. So that's very important. I'm happy that for acquisitions, we are not just like that had reserve cash, but our bankers have funded that acquisition.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Sir, your
So,
example
ஒரு
of
10 question போகும்.
your example of how you climb a tree, you hire a squirrel or train a horse. So what is the logic? Why do you train a horse instead of a squirrel?
I think that kind of mistakes we make, because as an entrepreneur you are blinded. You are looking at internally who is a confident person you can depute. First comes in entrepreneur's weakness is that he looks at, instead of looking at who is, whether this is the right job, he is the right person, he looks at this person I am comfortable with, that can I field him for this job. That's quite often is a blind spot for entrepreneurs, I think, in the early stage. And even at any stage, that kind of mistakes can happen. But very important thing we need to ask ourselves is, this is a challenge, this is a task. What is the kind of caliber of person that is required to be fielded? Then look at this, whether this person fits the bill. That's the right way. Contrary to that, we'll tell all the reason to justify this person will do the job, because we fixed on the person. And that's how it happens. Because we are attached, that's quite common to human being. I am not an exception.
Is it the emotional business or unemotional?
You should be emotional to your goals, but unemotional when you deal with things in decision making.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I am B. Ramamurthy. What is your understanding of the present trend of using brand ambassadors, sportsmen, film stars acting as brand ambassadors?
So, sportsmen or film stars or brand ambassadors, I think they have a very good role to play. But unfortunately, they are becoming very expensive. Actually, what it happens is the brands always piggyback. The people, whether you look at that, people attach much higher emotional value to film personalities, to sports personalities. So therefore, the brands trying to utilize that kind of an emotional connect with them. The moment they see their favorite stars using a brand, they also hooked on to, or they will have a very positive opinion about the brand. So then also memory, connectivity and visibility of the brand. If I advertise without a star, unless the theme is so powerful, very same ad with an advertisement with a star and one without the kind of this thing, it will make a huge difference. Having said that, it need not be, if I am running tight on money, if I am liberal on money, I have a lot of money, I will go with the star. If I am running tight on money, I will look at a very strong creative. So that's why you are all there.
Just to add to that, sir, you are a brand ambassador yourself of Carlsberg brand.
Yes, sir.
And I noticed in your presentation that you have probably more brands than Hindustan Lever. Is there an umbrella brand, or is there a plan for an umbrella brand to tie it all together?
The umbrella brand is a company.
You.
No, company. Kavinkar is the umbrella brand.
But I didn't know that many of the brands were yours. I've seen it in the market, but I didn't know it was Kevin Care.
Yeah, that's correct. I think
suppose that's true of people
only
here.
off late we are consciously promoting that as Kavinkar is, this brand is from Kavinkar and so on. But it's a long ending journey. Even if I tell 10 of Hindustan Lever brands, he will say, oh, this is Hindustan Lever. Even not many companies are like that.
But why so many brands? Why don't you extend the one brand to another category?
So I think if you look at, there are two schools of thought. One is that extend the same brand, be in every category and take small share. If you have a specialized brand, a specialist always takes the lion's share. number 1, number 2, like that. But if you are extending a brand, you may not be taking the number 1, number 2 position. You may be number 10 or number 7 position. So that's our thought. We would like to, any category we are entering in, we would like to be either number 1, number 2, that kind of a position. Therefore, we fielded specialists. For example, we go to any medical doctor. There's a generalist, there's a specialist. We are all going to specialists. If I have anything related to heart, I go to a specialist. I don't go to a generalist. You have a neuro problem, you'll go to neurologist. Like that. So people started believing in this thing of specialists is what is currently mainly are dependent on. So especially if it is a special brand only for shampoo, it's highly valued. Same brand is there in detergents. You know that Nirma is a soap, detergent, toothpaste, not all succeeded. There will be a limited success. Colgate also extended over so many years they are there. And they tried several extensions Colgate. But other than toothpaste, they are not successful in other things. So we have seen worldwide in personal care product, it is like doctors, consumers are looking at specialists they believe and they vote for that. So generalists cannot be successful across. You can't name one brand which is strong in multiple categories, which is not at all possible.
Sir. We are marketing to Bombay.
Yes, sir.
Also the advertising budgets, starving agencies in Madras. What are you thinking behind it?
The thinking behind this is a marketing warfare. We are competing with levers and PNGs of the world. So the ecosystem in Mumbai, in terms of for example, we have a brand manager vacancy or a group product manager vacancy. We require a particular level of quality. So when we are drying out of quality here, people are not kind of saying the position is vacant. If you have to bring someone from Mumbai or Delhi, they are not able to come. They are not ready to come. Coming here, they say, no, my family is not comfortable here, going back kind of thing. So whereas from here, people are going very comfortably to other this thing also we are able to see. Unfortunately, I think Chennai particularly need to create a lot of advertisement in terms of professional marketing, much more and more, and who are ready to work. From here, good talents are flying away to Mumbai and Delhi. I am sure this happens in advertising fraternity as well, like FMCG thing. So it is, if you go to Bombay, it's an accumulation of good talent. Delhi, Bombay and so on. So easy, somebody goes, I am able to get a quickly next replacement of a good caliber, I am able to get faster. In Chennai, it's not this thing. And same thing happens to agency. We ask, okay, can you give a good thing, so and so is very good. Now, if I transfer him next day, I will lose him here. So they are not able to do the same problem the agency is also going through. So therefore, what we said is we need to be in the ecosystem, do that. But having said that, 50% of our advertisement is here. We have 50% of ad budgets here in Chennai, not fully shifted. Very competitive categories we shifted there.
Sir, how do you take a stand in selecting advertising agencies for Gyan Care? There are a lot of advertising agencies, right? When all of them pitch together, like
creative, stand out in creative. So that's very important. The kind of thing is that if the consistency in thought, strategic, creative direction and roots is very important for us. So finally I think we have selected some of the advertisement creatives and so on. If they are very good, we go with small boutique agencies. We are very comfortable. That's not a thing.
Thanks.
Last question. Last one. Okay, Kripa.
Second, Tamil medium, BSc chemistry. Now you're running a big company. So where was that where you picked up this talent to move a small company into this big company?
It will not happen by fluke. Luck, over time varla. Consistent pannona. I think it is important that we also equip ourselves. The bottleneck is after all at the top of the bottle. நம்மளே அதுக்கு ஒரு burden இருக்கணும். ஆர்கனைசேஷன் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஃபஸ்ட் இனிஷியல் டேஸில் கொஞ்சம் வளர்ந்து திணறி இதெல்லாம் இது பண்ணும். ஸோ வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் திங் ஆஸ் லாங் ஆஸ் ஐ எக்யூப் மை செல்ஃப் கிளாரிட்டி ஆஃப் தாட் அட் த டாப் லெவல். எனக்கு எவ்வளோ கிளாரிட்டி வருதோ அப்போ தான் நான் வளர்க்க முடியும். எனக்கு கிளாரிட்டி கம்மியாக இருந்து எனக்கு ஃபோக்கஸோ எமோஷன்ஸ் கம்மியாக இருந்தால் ஆர்கனைசேஷன் வில் நாட் க்ரோ. வெரி வெரி இம்பார்ட்டண்ட். ஸோ வாட் ஐ திங்க் இஸ் நான் அந்த படித்ததோடு அங்கேயே நிறுத்தாமல் when I completed my degree and started getting into business, I really started reading management books, started practicing only after coming into business. அதனால் உண்மையிலுமே படித்தது அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் நினைக்கிறேன் நான். அது வரலும் வந்து சும்மா ஒரு கடமைக்காக படித்தோம். ஸோ ரியல் ரீடிங் அண்ட் ஒன் குட் திங் இஸ் தட் I developed the habit of reading book every day, and I will not read more than 2-3 pages. The moment take that 2-3 pages, the learning out of that, and what is that change I have to make myself or in the organization. அது மட்டும் பண்ண நிறைய படித்தா இது நாலேஜ் ஆகிடுது, லைப்ரரி மாதிரி. I don't want to accumulate a knowledge of library in me. I want to read few things but implement immediately. That change is important. Thank you.
Thank you. I would like to present a small memento to sir. I think we are done for the evening. Many thanks to the Hindu for sponsoring our team meetings. Thank you all for coming. It has been fantastic to have such a great audience. Please be involved in all of our various events throughout the year. Ad Club Madras is now open for renewal and registrations of new membership. Those interested visit our website and contact our secretariat. See you next time and good night. Thank you all.